Hello people, and now we've got a great tutorial sound for you. It's going to be the 808 kick. It's more like a bass, to be honest, and it sounds like this. Alright, so I'm gonna just talk for this one. There's loads of things to say. So firstly, you're gonna notice this sound is amazing on a sound system with a dynamic mic on a stage. Okay? Another thing about this sound is I remember being so happy when I learned it. Like, it's not really a desired sound. It's not even really talked about in the world of beatbox, which is funny because it probably should be and maybe could be now. It's also such an important sound to be able to use to keep your breathing going in the beat more when you're trying to beatbox. So I do fully recommend learning this one. If done right as well, it's a top quality sound with a focus on the pitching and the sub bass quality. It's a very special sound. Okay, let's just jump straight into this. I would give this difficulty maybe a 5 out of 10, somewhere in the middle. I can't really tell. It's quite tough, but I think I've got you a couple of great explanations and tips to get the sound. So quite a few beatboxers are using this. I definitely use this a lot. So do some of the current scene beatboxers. I know Collapse is a big fan of the sound around about now. There's a very common method of using it, which is like on the first metronome hits or the start of a bar, people like to go, I'll show you, I'll do this when they do it. People like to roll kicks into it. And I remember Pash being one of the early users of the sound. And he uses it a lot in the Mad Twins tag team sets. All right, cool. So let's talk about it. This is just a kick drum, but we're breathing with it. And we're getting sub bass, low frequencies out of there. So let's start with a really important tip. Something that is unique to think about, but this should help you, okay? So we want to be doing this as hollow as possible, or getting to a very hollow stage with the throat. So let me help you unlock that. Firstly, we need to do a kick by humming and doing a kick drum. Okay, so it's just simple like this. You need to focus on the squeak of the lips if you can't seem to get the kick drum out whilst humming. It means that you're already doing a more developed kick. So we need to bring it back a sec. It's almost like going. Okay, so this is going to be an unhollowed kick. There's no hollow to the throat here. Now, to hollow it out means we do the kick, but you cannot hum. It's impossible to do it at the same time. So that's going to be your hollow kick. Okay, now the reason I want you to learn the unhollowed version is because that will be unhollowed, this is a hollowed one, and it's a spectrum. So we want to go further than just hollow. We want to go really hollow. So no hollow, hollow. Now you want to figure out what your throat did going from unhollow to hollow, and you want to keep going along that. So a very hollow kick would sound like this. Okay, the throat's going to be as wide as it can be. The difference is like. Okay, so when we've got a very hollow throat and a very dead tone, it's even lower pitched. Now we're trying to change the pitch down too. So try and get the lowest bass pitch that you can get with the kick. Now we're going to start getting a whisper breath in there. Listen to that. Now we're in the right spot. Very hollow kick. And now get some whisper there. Okay. Now, when you do the kick repetition, don't move your lips too much. I'm going to come a bit closer for it. In fact, my lips are not opening. They're just doing the sound and shutting. Watch. This is the practice zone that you want to be in, because this is where you're going to start finding the bass. Now we're looking for a longer, bassy resonance. We want to hold it. We want to let the lips vibrate a bit when we do this. So this is how it develops. So essentially what you're trying to do is do a kick in slow motion, but real time. So in slow-mo would be more like, and that means you can breathe out in the hollowed lip position. So this is your hollow kick. Now I'm going to breathe out in it. So we can breathe out with that vibration. You're going to keep the lips tight and allow the air to pass through whilst your throat is remaining really hollow. And then you're going to trigger it by doing a kick and then going into that push. So plus. So just another little tip where I'm predicting that the trip up will be if you're having troubles. It's going to be getting that vibration to start. So it's not quite, that's too weak because the lips are rattling. We need to keep the lips firm. But it is essentially the same thing. So if you can go, try and go, so at least you've got some tight to it, some pitch. Now it's close to that. But it's not quite because it's not hollow enough. That's more hollow. But we still got this front of the lip rattle. We need none. We need no lip rattle at the front. The lips have to stay like this. They have to stay in their flat position. You can trigger the sound just by going keep your throat hollow, keep your lips in a very hollow position, and then force the air out, but keeping the lips in that same spot. Dum 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 dum. It's quite simple to pitch too. Okay, so I'm hoping that that's given you some tips towards this sound. Now let's talk about why it's an important sound to use. It gives you more power, off mic and on mic. You are allowed a beatboxer if you go with some focused bass quality instead of going. Still sounds great, but you got the option for that texture. Gives you a little bit more bass line with your human vocal cords, alongside the fact that this is an extremely practical sound for exhaling whilst beatboxing. So if you've got a beat that's coming in a lot, like you've learnt the K snare and you're going that is a release of air. So whenever you've got a combo, if you're using lip rolls a lot in your beatboxing, then this can be a nice countermeasure to get the exhale back out, to balance your breathing. So I'm going to give you a beat that's a lot more inhales, and then I'll show you where the exhale is. So I'll show you with my hand how my lungs are feeling. So right now they're sat neutral. Okay, so whenever you're up here, you need to exhale. And this is a good quality sound to do that. So we can use it there. So using that in a beat is going to be like. And and then you can apply that as much times as you need to exhale. So that's going to give you that power break there. If you are planning to duo with a beatboxer or a rapper, even a singer, maybe even an instrumentalist, this is a great bass sound to have to make us sound a little bit closer to an 808 kick drum. So now you've got the bass behind it. You could almost sound like two beatboxers when you're collabing with other people. I consider this a crucial sound, a very necessary sound that you're going to want to use. Practical, sounds good quality, and it's always progressive. You can always train it to be better. I think that's all I need to say about this sound. Yeah, you can also train to do it for as long as you can outwards. It doesn't last very long, but you can try and make it last as long as you can. That's going to be good lung training for your beatboxing. So there you go. That's the 808 kick drum. Definitely try to learn this one. Let me know in the comments if you did learn it. That'll make me feel good. Yeah, please do. Please let me know if you learned it. Chuck it in the comments. Go and check out more tutorials on this channel. There are some original sounds, some important sounds you want to learn. So go check them out. Don't be silly.